Hey guys, it's Eric from the Taste of AZ. We're here in the Santan Valley, 45 minutes from downtown Phoenix. Oasis in the desert, Rhiba Farms. My man, Mark Ryan.
We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna show you the place. Hello, my name is Mark Ryan. This is Rhiba Farms. We're a small farm, 3.3 acres. We do regenerative agriculture. We have specialized in mushrooms, microgreens, and about 38 different varieties of vegetables. We're considered a small farmers, and we firmly believe that regenerative agriculture is the way to heal the earth. And we're going to show you what it all looks like right now. We're big on seed saving here, of course. It's part of regenerative agriculture. Nature is so abounding in what they will give us. And this is a prime example of these little poppies. We planted these once 3 years ago and they just keep coming back. And I'll show you the amount of seed that comes out of a simple head. It's pretty astonishing when you take a peek at all of the seed that's available. And this is Mother Nature doing its thing. Part of the program here is we will go through after the crops, let several of the crops flower. As you can see what's going on back here. We'll collect the seeds from this year's crop for next year. These are potatoes.
Really?
That's what potatoes look like.
Never knew that's what potatoes look like.
The secret to a good potato is you hill it, you pile the dirt around it. Think of these as your solar panels. And what you want to scare the plant into shooting all of its sugars down lower, and it puts up the potato. So the more you hill, the more spuds you get. The trick to hilling potatoes is that if you overhill, it will kill the plant because it didn't get enough sun. So you got to be on your game on that.
Know that balance.
The bananas were not really a big seller for the banana itself. If you guys want to see the actual bananas, this is the fruit ball coming out. We have bananas on sale for 25 bucks for pups. They grow very, very well in the desert. And these are an ice cream banana or a small banana. They grow in a perfect crown. And then these are pups. So every time a mom sprouts, she pops out her pups. We open up the soil, cut the pup off the root ball, and then we pot it and then we replant it. These are all pups coming from a mom. And once the mother plant is done fruiting, it basically dies. And the leaves are a big seller for us to the restaurants. But there is definitely a secret to trimming them properly to make sure you don't kill it. They are water hounds. They want a lot of water. But once you get them started, we started with 4, and we've got over 203 years.
And you started them all off of the pups?
The pups.
Yeah. And ice cream? You said ice cream?
Yeah, that's the name.
Yeah.
Or a blue Java, but mine don't turn blue. But I can show you a bunch. Here's the set here.
Oh wow, yeah.
They don't get much bigger than this. You can eat the flower, you can eat the bananas, you can actually eat the stalk. The entire tree is edible. And it's delicious. It's super sweet. Yeah. But the bananas will not get very much bigger than this.
So that's about the back size for
them.
them.
We've been brainwashed into one kind of banana, the Chiquita, which is actually called a Cavendish. There's 100 different kinds of bananas grown in the world, and Cavendish was just one, and it was that big one. So these we'll actually cut and we'll hang them in the pantry, let them turn yellow, and then just give them to the kids and they go crazy. Here's our hop field. I was told we couldn't grow hops in the valley until I sat down with Pat from Arizona Wilderness. He taught me all about Neo-Mexicana. I didn't even know we had local hops in the state.
Like a native.
It's an Arizona, New Mexico native that grows up in the mountains on hillsides. My first season, I didn't get all my hop plants until June, and it was already 110. We still put them in the ground. We got a little bit of activity, and Then I started thinking compost, fungal compost. How can I help these root vines grow in this heat? So we started mounding them real big. You can see how big these piles are here. And they started popping for us. So we got a fall production. I went with 2 rows of the Neo Mexicana. Then the center rows are what's called Fuggle, which is another high heat or a warmer hop. And then on the far end is 2 rows of Cascade, which is a very cold weather. It's in Oregon. It's a Northwest British Columbia kind of hop. It's totally a cold weather hop. Come on in, you guys. Welcome to Rhiba Farms Shroom Room. Husto's in here right now cleaning. We can't spend a lot of time in here because it's a high CO2 environment. But this is what he's harvesting today. These are the white pearls. We grow these bad boys out of the bags, and I'll show you how all this works. Now in this room, we promote mold, so we're looking for fungus. It's gonna stay fairly cool. We're gonna try and keep it that 70 to 78 degrees, but we're gonna try and keep the moisture level around 90% in here. So sometimes it turns into the London fog. This beautiful food, this is a living food. This is way different than any mushroom you're gonna get in a grocery store. It's considered a specialty. This is part of the lion's mane, which is another breed that we grow, super healthy. Now this is living food, so none of this has been irradiated from a grocery store, and we highly recommend that you guys eat your mushrooms. Not only are they healthy, but you gotta cook them. You don't wanna eat these raw. This just got in today. So this is coming out of, these are the clones that we've done in the greenhouse. So we'll hit them real hard with some compost tea, get them to perk right back up, and we probably won't be harvesting these guys until October. Yeah. This is the long season, so
these will grow all the way through the heat of the summer.
Yeah, and they'll get big. They'll get a lot bigger. The hemp plants typically are a smaller plant because they only spend 60 days out in the fields just to get them to flower, and then we harvest them. So we can turn the crop probably 3 times a year. But the winter crop when I started was, it was really small, and it was a learning curve. And like I said, we really didn't know a lot. I was very fortunate that I partnered up with a guy out of Colorado that helped me tremendously get through a lot of the humps. And now he's going back up to Colorado to start their season because they've been under snow for the winter, and he fell in love with Phoenix. Who couldn't fall in love with Phoenix in the wintertime, correct?
Right, yeah.
So what we're growing out here, we have 3 different kinds of strains that are growing. One of them is called Trump 1, the other one is called Borax, and then Chardonnay is the third.
So Mark, we have a range of things. I don't know what any of them are. What are they?
A very, very popular product is the flower or the bud itself. Now this is nitrogen packed, and this is what we're hoping to get out to all of the local shops, the smoke shops in the valley that people can smoke. The CBD flower itself are the hemp flower loaded with CBD. This is an 18%. This is called Winter Rhino. We do have these nitrogen packed, sealed, so this product will last years on a shelf. It also keeps the bud real nice and fresh and moist too. So for the smokers, the CBD product is a lovely way to get mellow. This is the bud. We have the spare leaf or the shade leaf. They have a bunch of different nicknames for it. I started getting into alternate products in what we call the Rhiba Farms Experimental Kitchen. And my first go was to try and make a hemp oil. Then I took the oil down to the lab and tested it and went, holy wow! I mean, it's very strong, super strong.
Concentrated?
Yeah, and for a pint, and when you know your farmer, if you were to buy a CBD oil over the internet, you're gonna spend $40 on 2 ounces. Here we've got a full pint for $100. We'll put them in smaller jars, but I just got lazy and didn't make any smaller jars.
That's Rhiba Farms style, right?
This is Rhiba Farms all the way. This will last any household 6 months. You can cook with it. You can eat it. It's a topical for anybody. It's got crazy kids running around the house. You want to slow them down for a little bit. They need to take a nap. a little teaspoon of honey, and night. Again, there is no THC in this. This is state certified THC free. So this is not about drugs. This is medicinal stuff. For me personally, it knocks me out real quick. So, and I love it as an anxiety release. Again, we've got a little honey bear. To keep the wheels turning, I came up with this gem. This is the honey. I mixed it with Bragg's apple cider vinegar. And now we have a honey vinaigrette that goes with our salad bags. Works out really great. This is our typical CSA farm box. We actually make them differently for different restaurants. But our box is 12 to 14 items, which you can get through the Rhiba Farms website. And basically a CSA or a farm box is something that we are growing a lot of. And we build the box thinking 4 people we're feeding most likely. So again, it's mostly a veggie box. This week we have dried mushrooms. We've got stalks of celery, parsley. We've got some really nice Mookum carrots. We've got potatoes and onions this week. We've got some kale. These are beets, beautiful red beets. Some of the boxes will have golden beets depending on what's coming out of the field. Moringa, which happens to be the healthiest tree in the United States. And this is rainbow Swiss chard.
All right, got some great produce here from Rhiba Farms. Amazing stuff. We've got some beets, some potatoes, some celery. Gonna go home, make some great dishes from this. These guys do awesome farm boxes right here in the Santan Valley. Mark, thanks for having us, man.
Oh, thank you. Small farming is a really big deal, and we're proud to have you guys with us.